So we're back with Ostranauts. Ostranauts. This is a top-down space exploration game. It's got some new elements to it, and I wanted to go through them a little bit with everybody, and so they can show off what they've done. A lot of the streamers and uh, YouTubers, that's the word. A lot of the streamers and YouTubers have been kind of neglecting this one because there was a long stretch last year where the developer just didn't release any new content. It was about 6 months. And in that period, they went from like version 9.5 to version 10.0. And since they went to 10.0, they've been releasing at least weekly updates. There's been a lot of changes in the last few weeks. So I'm going to go through a little bit about what's new at the game. So we're going to go over a new character generation, and then I'll switch to a current profile that I have, and we'll look at the changes within the actual game engine. So you can see it with a longer term writing engine. So we're going to go ahead and start a new game. And we're going to build a new character. Doing this will show you how they've changed the start. Now the original startup, as you went to it, you start with your character's face, and then you went to a kiosk to do some stuff. You to pick your skills and things, and then you went to another kiosk to do your career, and then you went to a trade terminal to learn how to do trading, and it was just a lot of unnecessary steps when they could have just done most of that in a logical tutorial inside the actual game. What they've done now is they've actually done just that. We have a tutorial and we have a setup where you're doing your character history, and then you start in your room. So we're gonna go ahead and do a character. We need a girl. Let's see if we can find a good random character here. I'm not picky about looks, so let's go with this chick. And how Pruitt. Let's see. Katie Aubrey Richard. Amber Vincent. K. James. I like that one. We'll go with K. James. Now, once we're out of here, we're going to hit done. And you can go through all of this. And there's all kinds of stuff in here. Scarves and glasses. This hasn't changed at all. It's all as it was before. So you can go through here and you can even give your chick a beard if you want. But we're not going to do that. Go ahead, done. And then it takes us into the character generator. This gives us a little bit of background. Over here, it tells us a little about our character, our name, net worth, any attributes and skills that we currently have. This gives you an idea on where you start. So you got a couple of, and you got your parents. So I start with shipbreaker, skilled ship engineering, which is good, and skilled 0G ops. That's fine. We're going to hit OK. And then here we have a couple different options. So seek adventure, this is what they used to do to determine your traits and whatnot randomly. Working skills. Now this, we're just going to do one of these just so I can show you the screen. This allows you to pick any skill that you want, and then it tells you in these little pips here how many years it takes. This takes 3 years for civil engineering, software engineering is 1 year, and so on. So I'm going to take, say, construction. And then traits is the same way. This shows you which ones you're allowed to have, which ones are locked out, you can't take. I can't have fit because I'm fragile, and so on. So let's say, let's see here. I don't know what's a good one. Chaos, man, that's 3 years. Let's not take the waste 3 years. Let's not waste that much time. let's say ambitious. Now, if I do save money, um, it'll take 1 year, and I'll get a small amount of cash. If I say seek ship, this will end my tutorial, well then this part of the tutorial, and move on to this next part of the tutorial. We're not going to do that. Resume, this is what you can see, your character's bio, and on this side it has all your traits and skills. We have none, so it doesn't matter. And then we have we got a construction skill, not a big deal. So if you go seek adventure, you'll have a couple different options here, and each of these gives you little options. So we have Tesla heavy lifter. This is one of the items that we can do a couple different things on. Each of these will give you something different, like notify corporate will give you, I think, loyalty. Yeah, smuggle it will give you a connection to the black market and a little bit of cash. Bribe your boss, I think, gives you another connection, but gives you a lot of cash. Smash it to pieces. I don't know what that does for you. I can't see that as anything positive. So let's go ahead and do bribe the boss. So we bribed the boss. We gained 750 credits. We got a contact. That was our boss. And we got etiquette. Now, I don't know what this is good for. I haven't seen any of the dialogue boxes come up. But it's an option. Pick another one. Let's see. Report it. Instigate. Let's instigate rounds. In this case, we got skilled melee, armed and unarmed melee. We also got some credits. New enemy. We got a new enemy here, new enemy here. That's cool. Not that they really matter much. I've never actually run into an enemy. I've also never run into an ally. So, that's something that's coming down the pipe later on, I guess. But each of these gives you different skills. Like, we can fake an alarm. And this one gives us hacking and genius. So now I have hacking skill. It only cost me a year. And over here, we can hack it, watch movies, suit maintenance, and so on. What else do we got? We've got take the stick, that's ship piloting. Ship piloting. And a born wound healing. Oh, so I'm going to be, I don't want to get hurt. Yay. This one here, there's a couple different options that are good for. Honestly, the one that's worth anything is get them drunk. You gain brave the first time, but you also get a lot of money. And the rest of them really aren't worth picking up right now. Now, later on, that may change. As the skills change and they become more useful, then it's possible. So, that's fine. Admin and loyal. As you do this, you're going to pick up different things, but you're also going to pick up different items. As you work through it, let's take the risk. Nope, I'm going to be in the brig for a while. Oh well. I don't think that actually matters if you choose anything else. I don't think it really matters. Let's say Intel for Corp. I don't know what that's going to give me. Street etiquette and honest. I don't know how that's useful. But we'll go through that. Break the engine. And you just go through it. Eventually you learn the ones you want. The second job as an electrician is useless. You get a couple $100. Ship spotting, you make a deal with some dude, and you make a lot of money. So, really worth it. Seek Adventure is your best option no matter what you want to do. And you can break it anytime. There's a couple different ships that you can get. There's a ship that you have to pay for, and it's a royal hunk of junk. There's a coffin, which you don't have to pay for, but it's, again, a hunk of junk. And then you've got a ship you can win inside of one of these adventures. So let's hack them. Really, what you want here is you want at least 9,000. That's what you really want. Here it is. In this case, I'm only 36. You have until 50. So I'm actually going to call them a technicality so I can get gambling and some money. And that will probably come back up before I retire. So let's do that. And then we'll pick up bribe your boss, split the profits, smash it. Take it for yourself. Don't do this. These take it for yourself risk one. I think this is risk here. As of right now, as far as I can tell, all of those will just wind you in jail and you lose another year. So instead of 1 year, it takes 2. It's really not worth it at this point. In the future, they might actually be worth it. But right now, not so much. Back to Seek Adventure. Again, this will end you in jail. Instigate violence, tell cops, backstab. Give me the money. All I gave him was money. Troubleshoot engine. Nothing, I already had that state. Had that stat. Go ship spotting. Star right, pick the pot, hack them. Let's see. Be here, no. Hide in the air vent. Sleep with great, anything for that? Picking up as many skills and traits as you can is definitely useful. So here's the deal. This ship. Now, as of right now, the only way to get this ship is to grab the key and run. The call the bluff, you lose. Thanks and fold, you get some money and walk away. If you cheat, you lose. Call the technicality again, you get a little bit of money and you get nothing in return. So in this case, you grab the key and run. That's your best bet. Because that ship is free. And you don't really care about it. Now, this is the tutorial. You can go through this with the tutorial. Like power this on and, do the repairs and so on. Do your inventory and so on. Do the inventory. It says put clothes on. You gotta come down here and grab some clothes. Really, all you need is this yellow suit. Honestly, it don't matter. The only thing that matters is the spacesuit. Right here, the pressure suit. It's the only thing you'll ever wear. You'll wear the pressure suit forever. You'll never worry about anything else. That's it. You'll have a pressure suit, and that's all you're going to care about. You're not going to care about anything else. Sometimes you don't install and everything. So that's really the changes to the startup. Is just that part there. Not too much changes, but I like the alterations. The only thing that I would ask for is a quick start. So like in the original, once you were finished and you got your selected ship, you could go back through and manually edit your stats. A lot of games allow you to do that. And I think that having that be an option of like, be able to manually edit your stats, and then having it select your starting ship at random, would be a good idea. Because there's a couple ships you can start with on the random versus the other. But I'll show you your current ship. Let's speed this up real quick. Because we really don't need this. everything on Kalig is grotesquely slow. It really is. It's really slow. But here's your ship. Start it down. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the fog of war real quick, so you can see that ship. This is it. This is that ship that we stole. It's got this little docking bay area here. It's got a little secondary area here. A little bit of space here. Now the tin cans are about this big. There's two of them. One's about this big, and the other one's about this big. Then I forgot. This is currently the only ship that's worth using, unless you get lucky. And if you know what you're doing, if you know how to play the game, taking the other tin cans can be advantageous because you can get good ships in the field, but not always. So in this case, though, we're going to exit to the main menu because I don't care about that little save. I'm going to switch to my current save that I'm working on, and we'll go from there. We'll kind of go over some of the new stuff on this side. Thankfully, not much has changed. There are a few new things. Like the conversations are a little more robust than they used to be. So that's good. And the system has a few more configurations in certain aspects. So there's some new content. There's some old content. There's not much that's changed, but the stability updates in the last couple of months have been phenomenal. There was a while that it crashed constantly. It would have crash issues, or it would have load lag issues, or things just wouldn't work properly. It was just a lot of issues, and they've been working through those bugs, which is good. That's what, early access is good for. It allows them to have multiplayer people playing the game and getting through the bugs. The Discord server, you can get to it from here, Discord. The forums, the Blue Bottle Gaming forums or the Steam forums, don't bother with those. They're both really just a waste of time. You can do the online bug report. That's fine. That's good. The manual, the normal, or the PDF, both of those are really good. Very knowledgeable. But the Discord is your best bet. You want to know what's going on. You want to know if you find a bug. You want to know if it's reported. That's being handled pretty much through the Discord server. So go there if you have questions. And if you can't find it, ask. And a lot of people are playing this game. A lot of the devs are on there. The players are on there. It's worth it. So this is my current ship. This is the, what do they call this thing? I forget what they call this thing. This one is a very interesting layout. They call it, what is it now? It is the Millennium Pony. It's a U-shaped ship based on the YT-1300 design from Star Wars. Now, my version of this points down. This is a thing that we have requested that they fix this orientation so that it allows us to orient the ship any way we like in the 4 directions. And they haven't done that yet. Though it has been requested that it be done. So, hopefully at one point in time we'll actually get those types of changes. But we'll see. Let's see now. So we have a couple new items. We have bags, like these big bags. I have one in my backpack. Right here. And it's a big bag. The small bags are like this bag. This is bigger by one whole row. It's huge. And I have two of them. My suit's got a bunch of pouches, but don't really worry about that too much. A couple of new things that they've done is these wall bins, these bulkhead bins. These are in the wall slot. So if you go to inventory, you can see this. It's small. It's only like 2 by 2. Hold on. Let me turn that off. I don't need it. Actually, I think the game music's on. I think there's game music too. Hold on. Audio. Turn this back on. Alright. So these are new. And it's in the same wall slot as the other tools that go on the wall. So like the pressure alarms, the lights, and so on go on the walls. So it's all in the same spot, and this actually should be closed. Does it have? Yeah, it's got air vent. Okay. Oh, it does have an air vent. This one doesn't have an air vent though. That's interesting. I have to put an air vent in at some point, but that's okay. So this spaceship's got a couple rooms. It's got this area down here for living. We have this airlock. I said this used to be a U-shaped ship, and this block right here was empty. I filled it in to have more space down here. Not a big deal. So my airlock down here has some more room. And this is a secondary airlock that I use. And then the engine room hasn't changed at all. Like the battery control panel. It hasn't changed. It's just a battery level. No big deal. Same with these here. They haven't changed at all. They do work. I wish they would add in pressure meters. So like if I go to the pump, I go to the control panel on the pumps, I can't see what the pressure of the tank is. I can see that it's attached to something, so that it will know when to release air. But you can't see when it needs air. But this is a new item. It's a dolly, and it can hold any item, or large items, and it's this big old dolly. So you can use that to drag around heavy items more efficiently. At least that's the theory anyway. I haven't used it yet. But I got this big back room, got some helium tanks, got the water tank. These are hydras. I have 2 of them. Don't need 2, but I have 2. And the generators are still finicky. So be aware. They haven't quite fixed the reactor yet. The fusion reactor is still a little wonky. So let me see here. If I want to turn the reactor on, I gotta turn it to battery power. And then turn that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Purge is off. And ignition. If I got it all right. And there, it's good. So everything's pushed up here. Switches over to charging. This is currently a bug. In order for it to charge batteries, it actually has to be, you have to be on the screen to charge the batteries right now. That is a bug. I don't know if it's been reported, but I noticed that one earlier today when I was doing some testing. So that's really it. Not much has changed, but it's doing well. And I'm going to go on to my normal gameplay from here. I want to take a look at it. I'm going to make a little split real quick, and we'll be good to go. just wanted to make a little split so that I could find the start and end of that section of the video, allowing me to cut it off to its own little mini review. So let's go ahead and use our review. Actually, I need to make sure, do I need to pay my bill? I might have a bill to pay, hold on. Let me make sure I pay my bill before I leave. Otherwise I'll have fees and fines. I don't really want fees and fines. That's a nuisance. No bill? Alright, so we're good to go. It means I paid my bill before I logged off earlier, which is good. Now I put a mark there to remind me to fix that light when I have the opportunity. You don't want to do repairs in the dock unless you absolutely have to, because they charge you for the hours you're in dock. So every hour or part thereof you're in dock, you have to pay a docking fee. So we're going to go ahead and back up. Turn my proximity alarm back on. Clear it. I know, it's a big heavy ship. I guess we'll go with this one. That one looks like it's going to be a good target. I thought I turned the radio back on. Did I turn the radio back on? Audio? Yeah, it's on. Yeah, I guess the radio doesn't work. Alright, well, that's a shame. Give me some speed here. You don't really want to use a lot of actual thruster for speed. Just take the time. Use the time dilation. Let it go. When you're within 5K, it will automatically take you back to 1 times. And then you can just slow down. Get you under 100. Right here. Fill it, B-roll. You want to be under 100 for that. This ship's a little sluggish. Could use a few more thrusters because of its weight. You get used to the small ships that have like a bunch of thrusters and almost no weight, and it's just whipping around. But this ship's a little heavier. It's a lot heavier, actually. And you just have to learn how to deal with the heavier ship. I just got this one a couple hours ago. I finished refurbishing it not long before the stream. So, it's a... There we go. So now we're locked. And I do want to leave the... honestly, nobody else can board while I'm boarded right now, so let's go ahead and do that. Ship logs. Okay. That's interesting. These are new. Let's have a look. This is new. This didn't work before. Nice. So it tells me how much helium-3 I have. How many heavy water I have. RCS thrusters, I have 9. RCS distributor is online. How much mass I have. My backup power. My batteries. Life support pumps, I have 6. Life support 2 stores, I have 2. I have heat, and I have cooling. Interesting. And the reactor's offline. Interesting. This one here, this is something that they've been playing with. It's not really useful, I don't think, yet. Just like this fast forward time time dilation really isn't useful, as far as I know. But it's something that's going to come down the line eventually. Rescue. Oh, I see. No. That's a debug tool. I thought that was like distress beacon or something. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and check it out to the ship. Now, because we are docked to a ship, we shouldn't need our space suit. We'll need the pressure suit. We shouldn't need the space suit. So what do we have here? This is a storage bin. And it's got trash and some floor tile and a wall tile. Okay, it's got a door. Oh, it's got a little crate. Let's see what that's got. Anything good? A hacksaw. A black t-shirt. Another t-shirt. That's not really useful. I think that's trash. That's trash. One of the things that they've added that's new is this feature, which allows you to see the names of items, but it also allows you to see the durability of items. Dirty cloth. Let's see, is there anything in there? No? Okay, so that's not really useful. That's a sink. I know this ship type. There's not really anything in this ship. Some floor tiles, some wall tiles, some missing walls. So if you're looking for a ship to salvage, or you're looking for a ship to turn into a good ship for you, this is not it. This ship is horrible. Another thing that I don't care for is the auto-saving. The auto-saving is set on like every 15 minutes. And I'd like to be able to set that to like dock only or something. Let me check real quick. I don't think there's any changes for the autosave. Off, never. Yeah, see, if there was one that says like off, you know, when changing docking, like only when docking and docking, that would autosave or set the timer. It'd be great. But the way they have it set up is it's kind of a nuisance. So, you're useless. Let's go here. Back off. Alright. Clear that. Actually, let's go to this one. No, let's go this one. That one works for me. We have plenty of fuel, so we're not really worried about running out of gas. Literally gas, because it's all inert gas that we use for the RCS thrusters. They don't ever say what's in the RCS thruster gas, but it could be anything literally. I mean, you can technically use like the carbon dioxide that you exhale. Let's do this. Oh, we're not within range. Bloody bugger. Yeah, I need to zoom in. Not that big of a deal. And you can technically board other ships that are active. They're yellow. And there's the docking bay. Wait, where's the docking bay? Come on, slide over. There she is. You can board them. If the melee fighting mechanics are operational, I mean, there are fighting skills for melee weapons and non-weapons. If they're actually working, you should be able to basically be a pirate. So you should be able to go in and steal somebody else's ship, beat them up, whatever. And in theory, get a better ship that way. Oh, bloody bugger. No wonder it was taking so long. Slow us down a moment. We were at half speed on the time dilator. Alright, that's kind of weird. Oh. Hold on. What is with the... We have an alarm. Somewhere. Which alarm is going off? I gotta figure out which alarm's going off. It's kind of weird. Yeah, all these alarms are good. Which alarm's going off? The thermostat's on the fritz. Maybe put on auto. Because the air pressure, water pressure, all that kind of stuff should be fine. I don't know, maybe there's something that's, because they'll do maintenance when the auto behavior's turned on. Let me go over to the nav station. What is wrong with the air? Nothing there. I'm not sure what the problem is. It's always interesting whenever something weird happens in this game. Because, alarms usually mean something hazardous. What did we find? We found a big ship. Let's see what we got here. It has no power. Power's not getting anywhere in this ship. Thermostat's on the fritz. Can we fix that damaged conduit? If so, we might get some lights. And then we'll be able to see what's going on. Okay. And it may just be an alarm from this ship that's spazzing and causing my ship to freak out. Could be all it is. My ship doesn't seem to have any issues. And my alarms are going off. Come on. This has got a lot of really good stuff that I've seen already. Really? What's it missing? Electronic parts? Okay, well, don't care. Alright. Let's get back inside. So we have 2 RCS thrusters here. We got 4 batteries. We've got a damaged cooler on the outside. 2 more RCS thrusters here. It's got a spare airlock. Hold on. Can we close the door? Nope. It does have a crate though. Nothing useful in the crate. It's got a wall bin. Let's see if there's anything useful in there. Toolbox, anything useful? No, not really. But we can put stuff in there. Never mind. It's good for 3 bigs. Not really useful. Let's see what's over here. Here's the power station. There's thermal. Let's see. That's good. There's a heater. RCS thruster. It's got this HE. It's got a thermostat. It's this one here. Battery? It's got a lot of batteries. Most everything's damaged in that ship. But it's okay. Let's see. It is a large ship. And large ships take time to fully explore and tear down. So this is actually a really good find. Considering it's got a reactor. Oh my god, it's got a lot of really good items in here. And just the RCS thrusters. Because that's usually a good find anyway. But it's got this reactor. The tanks. Lots of air. Some sensors. Some RCS thrusters. Another cooler. It's got the RCS power distributors. I'm gonna have to let this character take a nap. But we'll go up here and find out. Like I said, it's... I know. Control panel of the special. Actually, get up here. This room's got air in it. I think it's this brush alarm that's on the front. Control panel. That's it. Alright, cool. I didn't realize I had a pressure alarm in there. It's useful when you're dealing with certain types of ships. So we're sick to our stomach. I think I have some nausea. Let's see if I do. Not that bag. Not that bag. Not that bag. Is it one of these bins? Maybe? Nope. No. Just looking to see if I have any nausea meds, because I thought I did. I guess not. Alright, let's take a nap. Let's go ahead and get some sleep out of the way. Because it's always a good idea to get some sleep. Now, if I could get a second crewmate, which right now, I tried earlier. I couldn't get anywhere with conversations. It takes time to build up rapport with other characters. So I don't know if you can do shipmates yet, though you could in the past. So I assume you still can. You just have to build up enough rapport with them so that you can bring them onto your ship as crew. And that would be nice, to actually have a crewmate available that I could set and basically just do ship maintenance. That would be nice. Unfortunately for us, bloody bugger. Go back and rest. Yeah, I can't do that. It's not useful. So we've got actually quite a bit of money on this ship. I could sit there and go through all of this wiring to try and bring it back online. It's kind of useless. So I'm just going to go through and pick up all the stuff that I want, and we'll call it a day. We just have to wait for her to take a nap. It's the downside, but you know, there is a shift schedule for a reason. Where's that at? Home goals, roster. Here it is. This is your shift schedule. You can do anything you want. Free time, sleep, work. Because this is the only character you have, obviously everything's working. But if you had other people, you can set them up with different schedules so that you can make it so that they'll do what they need to do. Another thing that's new is this zone menu. This allows you to buy and sell stuff. You can say what's allowed. So like if I had another person in the ship, I could set the airlock to full and say items allowed. I don't know if there's a none. No, it doesn't have like a none. But you could set yourself up with like in this area here that you could only have food items or whatever, or personal items over here, and you know, general cargo, electrical items, whatever. So you can like multiple cargo bays, and you can have like one cargo bay. Let's say this area back here. That's all for, you know, electrical equipment, and this one over here is just for tanks. This over here is just for flooring and whatever. We don't want that dolly though. Definitely don't want that dolly once we're done picking everything apart down there. That'd be useful. I do actually have a spacesuit. I haven't tried fitting it yet, because I haven't really needed it. Okay, so we're no longer tired. So let's go ahead and we're not going to grab the dolly. What we're going to do is we're going to just start dismantling the ship. And we're going to start, I think we'll start over here. And what I'll do is I will start down here. Take the RCS thrusters first. Uninstall. Uninstall. There's nothing on the floor. The switch. Uninstall that. The healing container. Uninstall that. batteries. Let's see, RCS thrusters here. I do need more RCS thrusters on my ship, so I might just install some of these. Wall lights. This air pump. And this O2 canister. And that's all I can see for right now. Because we can't really see much of anything else. We'll worry about picking everything up later. When you start, you always want to start by picking up all of the materials you can. Like all this kind of stuff here, this loose stuff on the ground. Make sure you pick that up as you're going. Because otherwise some stuff will end up like outside the ship when you don't do that. And then you have to go outside the ship to pick it up. Why do we slow it down? She is well rested or whatever. Okay. Let's go ahead and move back to the ship. What we're gonna need to do is she wants air. That's what it comes down to. She wants air. That's it. Rested, weary, relaxed, slight pain. Yeah, it's because she hasn't actually slept. If we give her a few minutes sleep, she'll be fine. You just want to give her a little bit of rest once in a while. Da, 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 da. And then she'll be good to go. But we don't really have time for being well rested because you want to get some work done. But it's okay. And being in slight pain is normal. I mean, the slight pain, the having stomach, a nauseous stomach or whatever. These are all very, very common things that you have. It's normal. You just kind of get used to it in this game. That you're always going to have these issues. And in real life, you would. You would have a nauseous stomach. You would have dizziness. Often. As often as these characters suffer from hypoxia, you would have constant headaches for not having proper gear. I could use a spacesuit, which would reduce some of her limitations, but it's not really necessary. What's in this book? Anything good? A grinder? No, not really. That's the too. Come on, chick. It's because she's exhausted. She hasn't actually slept in a while. And because of it, she needs to get her butt moving. Oh, come on, girl. Then we can reload the autosave. That'd be a first in a long time. You can argue with the time dilator. Nope, we need the bed. She is so tired that she's just... We need to let her actually sleep for a while. she needs more than just a few minutes sleep. It's just the way it works. What would make this game really amazing, though, is if it had a radio, an actual radio. Like some kind of themed radio station. Like you're sitting in your ship, you'd pipe in your tunes or music or podcast or whatever you do in that era. And you would just chill with that. So, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to use our spacesuit. Now, the spacesuit has requirements, so hold on, I need to make sure we have everything we need. So it's got an EVA bag, it's got a helmet, the air compartment has a bottle, that bottle is full, this battery is full, I have a filter, and we need to put some stuff over here, otherwise we can't actually do our job. So, let me do this real quick. That's pretty much it. That's all I can really take with me. Well, I'm dismantling stuff, so we should be okay like that. Inventory here. Nope, not that one. I need inventory here. And I can put my helmet on. And now we have our full EVA suit. And we have all of our meters on the side. So that should take care of everything we need. And now we should be able to last longer than just a few seconds while we're trying to do some of this work. But yeah, if they had a radio, that would be fantastic. Because that's something that you would have in real life. You would actually have that piping into your radio, into your headset. RCS thruster uninstall. Okay, and let's let it go. Let's see how long this lasts. And it should last a real long time, honestly. Because the spacesuit should be able to last like 20-30 minutes. So, it's not too bad. We might have a bigger problem with our carbon filter more than anything else. So anything on the... So we can't actually pick anything up. So, it's not good because you can't carry items with you. So it's good for dismantling. It's good for working on equipment that requires a battery here. That requires you to be able to just do repetitive work in the field. So it's fine for that kind of stuff, like what we're doing right now. It's perfectly good for this. We have to be out here for prolonged periods of time. But the pressure suit, because it allows you to carry a backpack, is a really better option when you're trying to move items around. So, it's one of those things you just kind of have to take into consideration when you're planning your forays, your trips into the ship. Okay, so nav station, uninstall, heater uninstall. We had bin, uninstall, bin, uninstall. These are floor shelves. Don't worry about them. These actually will use. These I don't use. Anything that goes to the floor I don't use because they take up a floor tile. So if you look at the inventory, this is that bin. That's right there. You cannot put anything in that spot. So I can't store anything on the floor where that happens to be. Makes it useless. So, but wall bins, they don't block that floor spot. Because you have the flooring, and then you have the floor spot, and then you have the wall spot, and you can have, I think, 2 wall spots. You can put a light on top of one of these bins too. So that's a thing to keep in mind. Let's see here. Turbo air pump. Uninstall. There is no container out there. So that's fine. I don't care about the door. Because the door's fine. We'll have to, move things around later, but see, there's nothing there. There would really be a container there of something. So bulkhead 2. Actually, you know what? Go a little higher. And that goes into my ship. There is an air pump here. Uninstall that. There is no container. Bulkhead. Uninstall that. And we'll just uninstall these items here. Not a big deal. Grab that. And then we'll come over here. The biggest time spender you do is doing these installs and uninstalls. It really is. So uninstalling all of this gear is really the most time consuming thing that you do in the game. And being able to use the space suit to do mass uninstalls. And then you can go grab the other suit in order to be able to store the majority of most stuff and carry the most equipment. There's all these little panels and gizmos and widgets and whatnot. You want to be able to take with you. It's all useful because I can take and make a lot more money off this reactor if I restore it than if I take it undamaged. Take it undamaged, I'll get a little money for it. I restore it, I'll get 70,000 for one reactor. It's a pretty impressive thing how much more you make off of something when you repair it. So uninstall that. Uninstall that. Uninstall that. Uninstall that. Uninstall the switch. Uninstall the battery. Uninstall the O2 canister. And you could actually dismantle this stuff. That is an option. So just dismantle it. But it's not always what you want to do. You can't make as much money for it. But if you do uninstall it, or if you do dismantle it, you might be able to get the parts you need in order to actually repair other bits. And then you won't have to buy anything from the market, or hope that the market has whatever it is you need in order to restore stuff. The downside to that, uninstall that, but the downside is you lose the money off that equipment because you have to break it down. So you gotta keep that in mind too. You might want to break something down for parts, but you also might want to just take it as is and buy the replacement parts or sell it as scrap. Now the difference here is that you don't get any real benefit from having a bunch of money. Unfortunately, that's the way the game currently is. There's nothing you can really buy with money. In the previous version of the game, there was 2 different ships that you could get when you did select ship at random. One of them was a larger pod, and the other one was this hodgepodge mess of bits and bobs. And in either case, you had a bill over your head. And because of that bill, you actually had a reason to make money. Because you had to make a certain amount of money every day just to pay your bills. If you didn't make the money you needed, then you basically would get even more and more in debt. And you don't really want to be in debt. Now, there was no reason at the time. There is currently no reason to worry about being in debt. However, there might in the future be reasons. Like maybe they start sending, goons after you when you dock. Or maybe they start harassing you when you're out in the field doing your harvesting and mining, whatever you're currently doing. So maybe they come harass you while you're trying to work and make money. And you have to deal with people trying to, pirate your resources. Pry open. Okay, what's in the crate? Any good? No. Nothing interesting in the crate. Alright, so I can't pry the door. Wait, I can't pry the door open? Oops, pry? Unable to comply. Interesting. Because I don't have a crowbar with me. Fine, I'll just uninstall it. We'll just go this way. I've got plenty of air. I got plenty of battery. I got plenty of CO2. So, we'll just go this way and uninstall it there. So what's out here? This looks like an outside bin. So this is something you'll see in a lot of ships, this outside storage area. In real life and practicality, I don't see them being useful. But in the game, they make for some fun little content. Because there might be some interesting things out there. So I need this bin so that I can take off my helmet. Take off the spacesuit. Put my backpack back on. Wait, I need a spacesuit inventory. I need to grab my tools from the spacesuit. Is that it? Yeah, it was just the 2 items. And all this is my backpack, so it doesn't matter. I can go there. Alright, so now let's go grab that dolly. Dolly pickup. Yeah, since I've just gotten this thing, I don't know how much it actually lives. So let's go ahead and grab the dolly. And we'll come over here. And start loading this area onto the dolly. I got a bunch of batteries and whatnot, so. Where is it going? I don't know what it's doing. What is it doing? Oh, it pried the door open. That was a command that was left in the queue. So, that cannot go in the dolly. That can't go in the dolly. That one can. We can go in the dolly. That can go in the dolly. Okay, so we can put some stuff on the dolly and some stuff not on the dolly. So let's pick up this stuff here. The really big stuff can't go on the dolly, apparently. And the smaller stuff can. So let's drag over here. And we can grab all these RCSs and put them on the dolly. That's actually a good use for it. Grab all these little components. Down here. Grab that. Works for me. And that's full. I don't know where it's going. Oh, let's go over there. That's fine. Not a big deal. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to come here. And then normally I would over here. And we'll pull this back here into the back. The dolly. Because the dolly is always a good thing. Actually, I like the idea of the dolly. I really do. So, I'm a big fan of it now that I've actually used one. Definitely a fan of the dolly. What I want to do though is I want to actually get rid of the dolly for the time being. Go get ourselves some food. There's a fridge down here. So let's grab something out of the fridge. Eat that up. And then I want to go through my bins I actually want to unload all this bits and bobs. I don't need them on me. I want them later, because we'll do like repairs and stuff. But we actually don't need it on us at the moment. So, that's something you want to keep in mind too. You don't really need it on you. I do have a second bag. I think this bag's empty. And if it is, which it is, so let's go ahead and swap our bags out. And then inventory this bag. Inventory this bag. Need to come out. Other than that, we're good because we really don't need anything out of that bag. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through real quick and grab everything off the floor. Not the parts and pieces and bobs and whatever. I'm going to go through and just grab all of the useful parts that'll fit in the backpack off the floor. It helps later. Doing this cleanup at some point is always a good idea. That. Pick up this. You always want to clean up the floor, make sure that you have nothing hanging out down there, because frankly, you don't need it. It's not necessary. It's just, it adds more to your headaches if you have it hanging around. So like this here, we're going to pick this up. Pick up. Pick that up. Nothing there. Let's see if there's anything over here. No. No. Is that a floor? That's a wall. That's a part. Nothing interesting there then. And like I said, the autosave is kind of obnoxious. You don't want it off because the game can crash still. But I thought about moving it from 15 minutes to like 30 minutes. Because it'd be more comfortable that way. So let's go over here. That side's good. And there's nothing over here, I don't think, no. So we're good there. Now we just need to come up here. Stand right there. Pick all this stuff up. Pick up that stack. And if you pick it up by the stack, it'll actually kind of sort it for you. Moving these windows would also be really nice. Being able to move windows around so that you can see what's going on. That's trash. Don't care. I might pick that bin up later. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to pick up the bin or not. Yeah, it's open. Okay. We'll put these in this little bin here. That's fine. We don't really need all this stuff. We'll take that. Thank you. Nothing interesting there. And then we have that one last room over here we have to look at, and then we'll come outside. there's a splint here. That's fine. There's a pow patch. That's fine. And there's some tools. Now, are tools useful? Yes, they are. Because if you have multiple tools, you can set up multiple characters when you do actually get multiple characters. So you can actually do multiple tool sets for your people. That is not a bad thing. So just drag these over here. And then we'll go ahead and drop them off. So this here, this one here, and we'll drop that. Yeah, I know. We're good. What we're going to do here is we're actually going to put ourselves back into the spacesuit. I'm going to close this air vent. The reason I'm closing this air vent is because then this room won't constantly get pressurized. And we use this little rack here to pull in everything that we can pick up along the way. So we'll pick up all the little bits and bobs. That'll fit on the little rack. And then we'll go on from there. I think we're good to go. There, that's not too take. Thought those were one of those. Alright. Now the batteries. Can we put the batteries on the dolly? I can't put the batteries on the dolly. So what I'll do is grab 2 batteries. That fills the dolly. And we'll go into this room. And I'll unload the dolly. And then go back in and use the dolly again. So once we get into this room here, we use that door. There's our door. And I'll unload the dolly. It's going to take a bit, but with the dolly, it's way faster. Because that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would have been 6 ships without the dolly. Instead, it was only 1 trip with the dolly. And that's a huge difference. So, let's keep that in mind too. Is that with the dolly, there's way less trips necessary. Bloody bugger. Get your butt up there. That's why I pause it when I'm loading the dolly. I don't think I got anything else in this area that I can load. I still have a battery to install though. That's fine. I'll deal with that battery in a minute. I'm gonna load everything I can. And then we'll worry about the battery. So batteries go here, here, there, there. And then we put one more over here. And that pretty much fills that section up. Oh, there's a section right there we can put something in. So, we'll have to keep that in mind. Can you put that can't go on the dolly. That can't go on the dolly. The battery can. Okay, so apparently, the dolly can take most components, but can't take the really big stuff. Should be able to put that in the dolly too. Let's see what else we can put on the dolly here. And this is just what you do. You just pick up everything, put it on the dolly, and keep on trucking. Now, that's once you get a dolly. Now, if without the dolly, without the spacesuit, this takes way longer to get it loaded into your ship. Because you are constantly having to go back and forth. You're having to make sure you pause. That's something that I've noticed occasionally, is that if it's not paused, it will, for whatever reason, try to walk. Because it registers the click through. Oh, there's a thing there. That's worth picking up. Nothing there. Right, hold on. Right there. I need that. That's worth picking up. So, you have to keep that in mind too, is that everything is useful. Everything is sellable. Not everything is obvious. Apparently I can't put that on the dolly. It's kind of weird. You'd think that everything could go on the dolly, but apparently not everything can go on the dolly, so it's a bit of a conundrum. But it's okay. Because we will, in the end, not need that. Yes. Be able to just pull everything into the ship. And if you had a second person, you could basically have them clear this out for you. Now, what we can do here is we can put some more stuff. There's one hole there. How much dolly space do we have? Not really enough, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and take the dolly in and load up. Not a big deal. Put the dolly in here. Yeah, and there's the low pressures. They'll reset themselves. The inner two takes a little longer to reset, unfortunately. But it does reset eventually. Gotta tweak an item back here. Because otherwise we're not going to get everything in that we need to get in. Because we've got lots of items. And all these items need a place to go. The dolly doesn't have any room. Let's go up here. And we can take these items here, put them like this. And we're going to do that RCS. I guess for now, we'll put it over here. Like that. And we'll move stuff around later. If we have to actually make space for more components, we can always move stuff around later. So we're going to load the dolly up with these 4 batteries. And then we're going to move it into this corner. Does that make sense? And, you know, normally I take my helmet off or whatever. But, honestly, because of the way the spacesuit uses power, I'm not really worried about it. It's not really a concern with the spacesuit. So, because it's not using a lot of power, it's not using a lot of oxygen. They fixed that. It used to use a ton. It used to use a lot more than it does now. So, that was a problem. I'll grab those by hand, because it'll be faster. Grab the O2 tank, grab the O2 tank, and share the O2 tanks. Yep. And what we'll do is we'll start here, and we'll fill it in all these little holes that we have. Because the little holes will matter later on. So we fill this in here, and then we come to this corner, and we put this one there, we put this one over here. Now these won't fit here naturally, so what we'll do is we'll come over this direction, and then we can take this and put it there, this and put it there, and this and put it there, and I think that fills that up. Yeah. So is there, no, I don't have a gas tank. I can put a gas tank here. That's a lot of stuff there. Right here. Be good to go. The looting of a ship it's really the most time-consuming thing that you do in this game. But that's really what it's all about. It's about you going out, finding good wrecks, breaking them down, and then, give me the power grid. I don't need it. I don't need the power grid lights. I do need to get more, lights turned on in this place. That would be helpful. But we'll get there. Anything else? There's one down here. Grab that. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so we're good there. And then what we'll do is we'll get those bags out of there. And then we'll go back out to find more stuff. So these guys can go like this. And what do we got over here? Yeah, I guess that would work. Let's do it this way then. I guess that'll work. And what we'll do is take these 3 bags here. And we will put this in the ground. And I'm going to put that down there for the moment. And we're going to grab the backpack, grab the case, just drag it across the room. And I'll put it over here in this other room with the navigation equipment. And that would be a good place to just stick it for now. Go back. It's really not that big of a deal. Inventory. You just have to be willing to spend the time. It's one of those games that is more time dependent because you want to do things that are fun. And in this case, fun is how much can I cram into my ship? Can I rebuild my ship? That can become the end game of itself. Like, I found the Millennium Pony. And because I found it, some might say, you know, that's one of those things that you found it, so you shouldn't keep it. You know, you should leave it as is and not salvage it. And instead of salvaging it, you should, and actually making that your ship, I might say that you need to go find all the parts you need and basically make your own ship from scratch. And that is a valid point. That is a legitimate play style for this game. To go out and have to build your own ship from scratch. And I did that once. And I mean, I built a rather nice ship from scratch. Doing just that. Now, this was in an older version of the game. I was like 9.5, I think. But it was an older version of the game, but it was one of those that was a challenge I'd set for myself. Because I wanted, can I take the card outside? No, I can't. But what I can do is I can leave the card here. So I can leave the card here. Wait, maybe can I take the card with me? Card. Can I drag the card out in space? I can. Okay, so that's good. So what I'm going to do next is move around the outside of the ship. The RCS thrusters tend to pop outside the ship. So you have to go around the outside perimeter of the ship. What? There's a bunch of little racks out here. That's interesting. There probably isn't much in them. There are a bunch of them. Punky. A raid from Punk. How have you been, my friend? It has been ages since I've seen you online. I know, it's an invasion of aliens. I'm digging it. Brought a few friends. We're playing Ostranauts in space. And I have a space alien come and see me? What more prodigious thing could happen today? You know what I mean? Having an alien come up while I'm in a space game is just beautiful. How have you been? Where have you been hiding? I did run into your stream, about a month ago? I caught you online. Our schedules just do not mesh. But yeah, what you been up to? Anything good? Please tell me you're being a bad. You're being a bad alien. I got to make sure you're up to Space OSHA. Oh, Space OSHA? Yeah. No. We are not Space OSHA compliant. I am out here in a spacesuit, lugging a push cart through 0G. Yeah, that's not exactly Space OSHA compliant. Alright. Gundam. Which one? The new one? What is it? What is it? It's Evolution or whatever it is. You playing the? Which one are you playing? I think the last one I played was Ops 2. No, it was the LMO one. The one you have the different where you can get like all the different Gundam mechs. SD Gundam G Generation Cross Rise. Okay. Not familiar with that one. I don't know all the Gundam games, so I'm not too familiar with that one. It was like Ops 2 or whatever, like Space Operations 2 or something. It was a mostly PvP type game. That's the last one I played. Tactical RPG, very fun. Okay, so tech RPG. I've noticed that quite a few of the Gundam games are tactical RPGs, and I have yet to play many of them. I've played a few. I said I've played that one, which is the PvP, arena MOBA type Onslaught, and I've played. Let's see, one of the others. There's like 2 or 3 of them I've played, and I found them to be fun. So this particular cart, what we'll do is because we have a cart, I'm going to load the cart. We're going to maximize this cart, put everything on it, because it takes up less space on the wagon than it does on the ground. And then we're going to load the wagon on the ground. And actually go up here. Load this wagon up here. And then we're going to manually pull in the big stuff. Also, is this game musicless? It does have some music, like you can hear it right now. It used to have more music. But apparently they've changed how they do things. So it's not as much as it is. Punky Z just sucked. Wait, what? What was that? What was that now? I got a rate. Did that just say somebody subbed? I have no clue. It went by so fast. I don't know if it was the dink, but I don't see it on my screen as to what happened. I don't know. I missed it. And it's not showing up on my screen. Media YouTube. Oh, my YouTube. Oh, okay. That just freaked me out. Like, wait a minute. I did not realize that, it was still connected to my YouTube. Well, thank you. Thank you for the sub over there. I greatly appreciate it. Everything goes over there. So for everybody who's from Punky's channel, all of my videos go to my YouTube. Every single one of them. All of my live streams and all of my regular recordings. So if you miss anything, check it out. It's always there. It's always available. And I greatly appreciate anything. Anywho, you be good. You have a good night, and I will catch you next time. Thank you for dropping in, as always, and it's greatly appreciated. And everybody who's came in with him, thank you for dropping in as well. I don't know who else is still here, who showed up, but it was good to have y'all. And it'd be good if y'all stayed a little bit. So, what else do we have here? We have just a few little debris in the ground. No big deal there. There's a few more items. There's a switch up there. There's a sensor over here I want to grab. I got a reactor here that I need to pull out. And I've got that container. And actually, I want to change this out. I want to move that for this. And then go up here with this heater. And put it there. Because then I can come down here and grab that other big device. I can grab this D2O tank. This deuterium tank. I do that. And that gets more stuff in that room. Anything else? Oh, we got this little bin here. This little rock. I'm sure we can find a spot for that somewhere. Yeah, here. One right there. Got a little 2 spot over here that I can shove it in. Put that in that rack. And then when we're done, once we get all this stuff into the ship, I'll actually come through with my other spacesuit that has all of my tools in it. And make sure that we have everything left. There's a couple of sensors that I've left running around that I need to pick up. And there's a bin here and a bin here that I might pick up the bins. I haven't decided. I'll always pick through the bins. And that'll be helpful. So, we'll do that. So, go back up here. And I will change out my suits. Now this suit here, I can't guarantee it's going to be pressurized. Waiting for this film to pressurize. Inventory in this crate. Let's see, where's my crate? That was that. Take that off. Take that off. Put that on. And then I'm missing my backpack. What is over here? This should not be over here, but it is. So let's go ahead and grab my backpack off the ground. And now we can go back over into the ship. We'll get those last few bits and bobs. And then what we'll do is we'll actually organize. There's one here. Everything we need. Now, having these sensors are great because what you can do is you can install them throughout your ship. And by installing them in the ship, you have nothing really useful there. You have the ability to know when you have pressure leaks. You don't have to be actually tied to anything useful. So you don't have to tie them to like an O2 pump or to an N2 pump or whatever. You don't need to actually tie them to anything. But knowing that you have a pressure leak will help you in the long run. Because sometimes you'll have 4 walls of gray that you didn't notice, and then it's actually got a leak that needs to be patched. And if you don't know which room it's in, it does you no good. Just like the one, there's an O2 sensor in the airlock. And that particular sensor, I will turn on and off. Because it doesn't need to be active all the time. I use it when I'm working in these rooms, and I know I may or may not be actually down here. So I'll do that and make sure that sensor's turned on, so that I don't if I accidentally open the door, I don't notice it necessarily. So it keeps me from making silly mistakes. Like that. Okay, so that's that room. We're good there. There's nothing in there. There's nothing there. There's nothing down there. There's nothing over there. There's a bin here. Pick that up. Yeah, I know. When you say pick up all of it, it will screw up from the rack. So keep that in mind. I'm actually going to pick up those racks. But there are some racks on the outside, and I'm kind of interested in those. Pick up that stack. Let's see if there's anything else down here. No, we're good there. So we'll go outside next. And I don't think there's anything out here that I actually want. Some floors or some walls. Nothing too serious. Now these racks might actually have something useful in them. A loose bulkhead bin. Not really useful. There's some food. That's useful. So that's some useful stuff. Oh, baby. That's useful. Because I now have a little more space here. Nice. Works for me. And then there's one more bin. Sweet. We're gonna have to get back inside soon, but still scrap. Alright. So that's everything. Oh no, I'm exhausted. We'll just do that and use the whole overcharge trick. And then come up here. And then once we get into the main room, we can take our helmet off. And now we're good. We'll open this vent. So this room will pressurize. And then we just have to go through the bins. Drink pouch, really? That does not go there. Heating sinks can go in there. Motors can go in there. We don't really care about where these items go. When it comes to parts and things. What we care about is that they exist. We want them to exist. We do need to know they exist. We don't really necessarily need to know where they exist. Because the computer will automatically go after them. So, keep that in mind too. Is that when the computer needs something, it will just like scour around the ship and it will find whatever it is it's looking for. If it needs a motor, it will find a motor somewhere. If there is a motor to be had on the ship, it will find it. So, using these bins efficiently is always a good plan. Right, now we come down here, go to the fridge, and we have a chicken. My fridge is full. My fridge is full. So I have some electrical devices that really could use a home. Let's drop them right here for right now. I want to check to see if there's any more lights. That's what I want to check. Because we could really lose some lights. That's what we could use. So, I'll turn this on real quick. Wall light blue. I like the blue lights. Blue lights are too dim. There's an air vent. I don't really need an air vent. I could use one though. Don't really need it. Looking for wall lights. Because we could use the wall lights more. Thermostat. Wait, hold on. Thermostat uninstall. There's a O2 sensor as well. An NO2 sensor. Oh my goodness. I will definitely pick all that up. Uninstall that too. So grab that, put it down here. Grab that. Grab that, put it down there. Thermostat uninstall, please. And we'll put it down here in our bag. And that will help us out a lot. Because they're not worth anything to the shops. But by being able to put sensors around your ship, it tremendously helps you out as you're trying to figure out where there's leaks or where there's blue lights. I don't like blue lights. There's a thermostat. Anything else? I don't think so. Well, let's take the thermostat. Because thermostats aren't as useful as O2 sensors, or the nitrogen sensors and the oxygen sensors are more useful. Don't get me wrong. They are probably the most useful things that you can have in your inventory. But, that being said, you don't need them very many of them. You need like an oxygen or a nitrogen sensor in basically every room. You need one or the other. You don't need both. So, people ask, what do you do now? I have everything pulled out of the ship. Really, the best thing to do right now is to pick up this cart. We're going to drag it up here. Let's drag it into this room. And what we're going to do is we're going to unload this cart. So, by unloading the cart, we can then actually do the next stage of work. Stop there, because I can drop off a couple items here. And we go on here, and I can drop off an item here. And the cart is now empty. So I will drop the cart here, because I don't need it anymore. And then what you do is you go to the most valuable items first. So like, in this case, we're going to pick up this reactor, we're going to pull it back up here. I know. But I want to get this stuff out of the unpressurized section of the ship. This particular room is not pressurized, so. This room is, but this room down here, the airlock, is not pressurized. The turbo pumps don't actually work right now, as far as I know. But it's on. So what you do is you do repair. And you do the most expensive items first. In this case, the reactor. You let the reactor just get repaired. Next I'll do the big tanks. I will eventually run out of components, but you want to do the ones that are worth the most money, because then you can buy any parts you don't have to repair and refurbish the rest of it. It's useful. So this is the big deal. You just have to sit there and go through each component one by one. Once this is done repairing, now that's in full working order. And if I look at it here, as it tells, the money is worth, it's buckets worth of money. So let's restore that. Restore this. Restore this. Restoring is cheaper than repairing. If you actually restore stuff, if you can restore stuff instead of repair it, then you spend like small amounts of money. Versus this one, which is damaged. Damaged always takes parts. Restored does not always take parts. So keep that in mind. And we'll do the little bits here and there. Do all these little restore jobs. And then what you do is take like these O2 sensors. Restore that. Come over here and restore this one real quick. Because apparently I missed this one. And you just make sure you have a special alarm here. So we'll install this in this room. I'll put it above the fridge. And we have an O2 pressure. Here it is, another O2 pressure. And we'll put this one, say, bedroom. And I got an end to your pressure here. This will work. And I'll put this one right here. Somewhere. Put this one in this room. There we go. So that'll give me a pressure alarm in here, pressure alarm in here, pressure alarm in here. This one has one that's turned off. And this one has pressure alarms. These two rooms don't have them. If I had enough pressure alarms, I would put at least one in each room. And it doesn't matter if you use a nitrogen or an oxygen pressure. It really does not matter. There we go. Install the bed. And then install the pressure alarm. And then the bed we're going to reinstall. Fine, pick the bed up, install the bed, and I'll reinstall it. There we go. So now we have alarms in every room. Oh, wait. Bed. Uninstall. I gotta make sure that alarm's turned on. It's not really a big deal, but you do want to make sure your alarms are turned on. Since this one happens to be in a spot. Yeah, that's all. Oh, it's green. Okay, I can see it. I couldn't see the light. And you can see, we changed the settings here. You can see this one's on. You can see this one's on. That's on. So we don't have a pressure alarm in here, which we need one. And we don't have one in here, which again, we need one. So once we're done with that, then we'll actually restore this crate. Can't restore the bags. That's not an option. So, if the bags get damaged, you can't restore them, unfortunately. I hope they do put that in, because there is cloth, dirty and clean cloth. And being able to fix, the cloth would be good. So I'm just going to go through here and set everything up to repair or restore. It looks pretty good. And what we have here, that's the drawer pump. This is actually a CO2 scrubber. That's a new item they've added recently, which allows you to remove CO2 from the air with a filter. Before you had to use the standard air pump and tie it to a CO2 sensor, and it would remove the CO2. And I think that's still something you can do. Actually, I don't think that the RCS. Restore. No, I need the bucket bin loose. It doesn't hurt to restore the RCS. The Hydra. It doesn't hurt. It'll only take a minute, because they're not really damaged. So, marking that for a restore or repair isn't a concern. And that's what you do. You just set everything up to be repaired. Now, if you don't have money, you might not want to repair things because you can't sell them as easily. There is a black market that you can use to sell items, but it takes some effort to get into. But once you're in it, it doesn't matter. bins actually can be uninstalled. I don't need these extra NO2 bins. And we just set it to maximum and let it go. And he will just run around like a chicken with that jumped off. Or she will, anyway. And she'll find the bits and bobs and pieces and whatever she needs. Like this one here is red. So if I take it off, that one there, they'll tell you what's missing. It's missing a motor. And I don't have very many motors inside the ship. So there's probably a lot of things going to be missing motors. And that's fine. Because when I sell stuff off, I'll sell off everything that's good. It's in good shape. And whatever's left will require repairs. And you have the choice of just selling that off as is, or actually trying to repair it. And it's curious to see what's left when you're done with your repair work. So like, this one requires a motor, right here. This RCS requires a motor, which is fine. But so far, it's the only thing I have not been able to repair. Everything else I've had parts for. So we're only short one motor, and everything else has been repaired and restored back to a fully functioning status. Which is rather impressive. Now, based on our current loadout, we could, with a little bit of effort, oh, I have a light. I still have a light? I have a light. Good. Install. Yes, please. Otherwise, I still have a light. The yellow lights are the best lights. A lot of the lights are kind of like, not really that useful. But the yellows are. Really, I can't get two of these big boxes in here. Let's grab the cart and pull it out of the way. I don't need the cart right now. We will take this and we'll drag it up here. This room's pretty much full. I can get some small stuff up there. Like these thermostats or whatever. Those I can stick up there somewhere. But that's about it. Put these items away. That works. And like this stuff here. I can put it down here. Actually, what I could do, because this one's got bits and bobs that need to be fixed. This one has bits and bobs that need to be fixed. That I can just put down here. And the alcohol, don't need it. The food and stuff, you can all go back here. The spare bedroll can go there. These items can come out here. And I can repair these. And the light will actually install somewhere. Install light. because you want good light. You don't want to have bad lights. And the green lights, the purple lights, the blue lights, they do provide decent light, but the yellow lights are just way better. Overall, they're just way better. Now, put this stuff down here on the ground, and then we'll restore it. And again, this is like all items that you may or may not actually have need of using. I do recommend them, but they're not required, to be fair. They're really not. No. Do your thing. So this is a nitrogen alarm. This one is a oxygen alarm. So let's install the oxygen alarm. Yeah, put that there. And the nitrogen alarm we'll install there. And then every room will have a sensor. And that's the big thing. You want to make sure that you have sensors in all of your rooms, so that you can see what's going on. So this reactor, I have nowhere to put it. Because the 3x3. What can we do with this one? What can we do? We can... I'm thinking we might be able to squeeze it into this room. Because there's enough room, I think. And we just have to pick up the parts that we don't need in that room. And we can just put them in a different room. And then I can shove that into that room over there. And I will have enough leftover space that I could salvage, in theory, one more rack. Because I'll have a few spaces in here. I'll have a few spaces in this room here. Like one space here. Two spaces, actually. And I'll have some spaces in here. And I'll have this whole area. No, maybe not. I still gotta get that other... Like this guy here. We're not quite done. I still got this... These bits. So, I think we can still get one more rack in here before we have to go to town. This part, and we'll put this right here. And the whole ship is zoned for sale. So, when I go into town, if I find if I, want to sell anything, I can always move it around. Selling things is easy because everything I have is zoned for sale. Now, this room down here, all these little sensors, we don't need the switches, we don't need the sensors, but what we're gonna do, I'll put them right here in the back, but what we'll do with them is I'm gonna put them in this bag, and then we're gonna put this little bag over here, because I can sell out of this little bag. And it only takes up one space. I think this will fit over here. Right here in front of this door, probably. No, it's that stupid... Remember I mentioned these 4 bins take up spots that they really shouldn't take up. But yeah. So I can't put anything like right in front of that door. These bins here are in the way. It would be useful if you could put stuff on top of the bins, since they are in-floor bins. But we'll go this way. So we're going to push back. And then we're going to turn around. In the background, you actually can see moving, though it doesn't actually do you any good. Now, if they had like multiplayer, where you're playing with other players, it'd be totally different. Because they could actually see the ship moving in the background. Yeah. I just screwed that up. Jesus Christ. Alright. Because I had the alarm off, it didn't, stop my ship. Didn't stop my time dilation. Like I'm used to. It's okay. Now, if any luck, we didn't cause any real damage to our ship. Alright, so our ship is docked. I'm gonna put her on auto. Like high speed auto. This is something you actually need to do periodically anyway. Because there's a lot of little maintenance that has to be done, and if you don't have multiple crew members, then you have to make sure you allot time in your character's day, especially with a large ship like this, to do the general maintenance. You know, all the little repairs, things start wearing out. If you actually look at this here, like, you have floor tiles that have, that are down like 80% or whatever. And you want to make sure you do that. Let's see what we got here. Anything good? This is a freighter. Oh my goodness, this is a freighter. I can see it by the silhouette. Oh, we're gonna have... Once we're done with the repair work, we'll do a walkthrough on this one. And I think that might be it. We're not gonna have time to tear it down. We are not gonna have time to tear this down. But we'll do a walkthrough. I might be able to finagle most of it, but we're going to be using a lot of bins. I'm going to have to really work some magic to make sure everything's on the up and up. Because I'm going to have to use like all of my bins. I'm going to have to use my bags. I'm going to have to maybe rearrange some stuff, because it's going to be a mess. So let me go ahead and slow this down. Let's take her off auto. And let's go ahead and walk through this ship real quick. Actually, you know what? No. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to grab the spacesuit. Thank you. It's because of the backpack. So let's go ahead and just grab the spacesuit. And we'll walk through it. Alright, so closed off door. What's on install? You know what? Inventory on the crate. Sorry. Forget it. Do that. I want to close this vent. And also the other thing is I would like visual alerts, but not necessarily audible alerts. Like have the sound off but still have the sight. So because one of the things that's annoying is I have the audio alert for this particular O2 sensor. Right? And I would like to have the visual. You know, have the light on, but not the sound. Oh my goodness, that is a battery recharge station. I think mine I confiscated from somewhere. Locked crate. Pry it open. Alright. So, open this crate. Let's see what's in here. Ooh, look. That's really useful. Okay. That crate is really useful. All those motors in it. This is going to be a 2 bottles for an EV tank for spacesuit. Alright. Just kind of follow it over this way. Somewhere we'll find the there's a heater, there's the AC, there's the cooler. This is a nice cargo hold too. Manuals. Anything in the fill bottle? Ah, okay, antibiotic. Yeah, I'll take that. Not that you need it too often. Yeah, this ship's huge by comparison to mine. Mine's pretty small. Door. Uninstall door. So we have to uninstall this door real quick. And this is a common thing in these wrecks. Is having to uninstall doors. Because there's no power. Alright. Let's see now. What do we have here? This is an outside area. RCS thrusters. Ooh, look, a D2O tank, an AT3 tank. Alright, what else do we have out here? Some parts and pieces. Some more thrusters. Okay, that's ship. What's this here? Anything good? Looks like some more thrusters. What else do we have here? Some more tanks out here. Am I lucky enough to have, like, more? Nope. That looks like about it. Alright. So this really does maximize the usable space. Oh joy. Come on. Let's go. We'll go get some air, and then we'll come back and try and get to that power room. And see if we can, actually make some progress with it. How it? Alright, reset our air. Which is something I wouldn't have to do if I was using the, spacesuit. But it's almost done. I want to see what's inside here. I might be able to get some lights on at least. I don't care about pressurizing the ship, but being able to get some lights on will be the most important part. Alright. Battery. Okay, so there's the battery. So there should be a switch. Remember I mentioned before we needed motors? Yes, this has got tons of motors on it. And what you do is just go through and pick up all the little bits and bobs. Just like I've got those floor plates and those floor units in my ship. Those are going to come out. I will remove them. So, if we turn on the electric grid, should be able to find where the power needs to go. So apparently we have no switch as a CO2 scrubber. Alright, well, let's go ahead and grab this jumper cable. And what I can do is I can hotwire I can use this to install it here. Excuse me. So now we have lights. Throughout the whole ship. Very nice. So we can see what we have. We know we have the D2 tank here. We have some RCS thrusters. We know there's another tank down here with some more thrusters here. And here, we know there's nothing over here. There's another room over here that's got some more thrusters. There's a heater. There's an AC over there. A lot of these blue lights, I mean, I keep those. This is an airlock. So there's nothing interesting really in here. And here we have the reactor, which we will take. Some batteries. A CO2 exchanger. Bunch of RCS pumps, some alarms. We'll take those if we have room. Those you probably will be able to shove into a bag or something, or a bin like these. Some more air pumps, some more tanks. The tanks you tend to leave after a while because you just don't have room for them, or you only take just enough that you can fill it. So here's another air pump. There's a closet, another nav console with a bunch of bins around it. According to this one's actually got CO2 pressure. I thought it didn't matter. This is living quarters. So this has got a fridge. It's actually useful. Might keep that for myself. A couple of bedrolls, a heater. So yeah, it's got 4 3x3s. It's got 4 3x3s and a whole bunch of other stuff. So what can we fit in our ship without too much headaches? I can get most of it. I'll have to rearrange some stuff, but I can get it. This ship is going to be packed to the gills, though. I'm going to have to remodel the ship and get these floorboards out of here. These floor units. Get those out of here. Same with this one here. Get 4 of those out of there. Because those are just in the way. And replace them with wall mounts or something. Because those floor ones are just... I get it, they're useful, but they're just not convenient. Now, actually, if I moved them to like here in this room here, that might be okay. Because I can stick them on the ground, but I really don't. Because I don't plan on using this for storage for cargo. But like food and stuff, I can stuff in here. So that's an idea. I could do that. I could show it on there. That wouldn't be too bad. But it's going to take some creative re-engineering. Including like these here. These are floor bins. So, unfortunately, I'm going to pull these up and put floor tiles down. And I don't think I have any floor tiles in my ship. Now, their ship might have some floor tiles that I can use. Yeah, it's got some loose floor tiles over here. So we can go over here, grab some floor tiles, pop these bins out, put them in. And then will give us a little more room in this section here that I can work with. That's useful. I think I can work with that. And this is where I'm going to leave it, because this is going to take like half an hour to clean. And then probably another half an hour just to uninstall everything. And then drag it all in. Leave like one battery. There is only one battery. So I dismantle these batteries and all of this other stuff. Pull these out of here. Go through all these bins, find everything that's useful. Pull this out of here. Pull that out of there. Grab that crate. Grab all these RCSs if I can. And that'd be the last thing, is the RCSs. Because I might be able to use, pull them into the ship. I might not be able to. I'm not going to know until I actually see how much I can cram in here. Yeah, this is going to be one hell of a haul, though, if I can get all that stuff in. It'll be interesting. Anyway, thank you for dropping in, and look forward to the YouTube to see what's going on. Have a good night.